Hello, and as always, a very warm welcome to everyone joining us as we bring you live action from Germany's third division, a mid-table clash between Dortmund 2 and 1860. Excuse me, just losing my voice there for a second, but should be all right for the rest of proceedings here, I promise. However, it's a game that normally wouldn't necessarily stick out in the footballing calendar, especially with the position in the table that both teams find themselves in. But it's what's been going on off the pitch that is, made this a very interesting encounter, especially with regards to 1860, the legend that is Sascha Mölders, probably one of the biggest names, not just for 1860 Munich, but for the German third division in general, is, no longer a part of 1860, apparently. For reasons that only Sascha Mölders and 1860 know. However, a misunderstanding between player and club very quickly snowballed into something a lot more serious. The club not happy with the way he's been conducting himself as captain and as a 1860 player away from the pitch, with giving interviews and on social media. And it's all sort of come to a head now, where it would seem Sascha Mölders is no longer welcome at 1860. He himself announcing his departure, or forced departure, whatever it may be, on social media, which I'm sure didn't go down too well with 1860. As we get the ball rolling here in the Red Earth Stadium, Dortmund 2 at home, welcoming 1860 to town for an important game for both sides, really. Both in need of points, of course, with one more weekend of football to go before the winter break kicks in. Both sides will be looking to improve on their situation. 1860 especially looking for a reaction after a really poor result against Magdeburg last time out, which, with everything else involved, of course, was a result that simply rubbed salt in the wound that was already there. Early half chance there for 1860. Lex, a player that will have a lot on his plate, now wearing the captain's armband, with Sascha Mölders no longer a player and therefore no longer the captain of 1860, of course. And, well, Bear, the number 15, leading the line in his place as well. Lex, of course, can play as a striker as well. Doesn't quite have the physical presence that Bear brings to the table. So I think we'll see quite a bit of rotation up front for 1860 here this afternoon. Dortmund currently in 8th spot in the league, with 27 points to their name. 1860 down in 12th at the moment on 23 points. Could close the gap on Dortmund to just 1 point with a win here today. And the whole Sascha Mölders story, of course, adding a little bit of spice to this encounter. Apparently a little bit of unrest within the team. Chance here for Ferai. Bit of a misunderstanding at the back there for Munich, and Ferai quickest to react, looking to take advantage of it. But just couldn't react quickly enough. It's enough for a Dortmund throw in the end. Ferai looks like he might have just been caught or got something in his eye here. Pretty sure he'll be able to continue. Referee just having a look and making sure he's all right to continue. Nico Fuchs, the man in charge. His assistants Florian Wisse and Marlin Ulankiewicz. It's a good start to the game so far. Some half chances at both ends. Dortmund without a number of big names of their own. Good chance, a good save, and a second one as well. Fantastic goalkeeping there. Feray and Tashi both denied by Hiller in between the sticks. The first of the two saves, probably the better one right here off Feray's shot. Had to get down really early, then gets back onto his feet to make the second save as well at his near post, one that he should be making, but the Feray shot, a difficult one to keep out. Fizzed in hard and low with real pace. And of course, this time of year, it's always a bit of a slightly wet surface, which can of course make life difficult for the goalkeepers, but Hiller doing ever so well there. Fantastic double save from the 1860 shot stopper. No Unbehauen goal for Dortmund here this afternoon. He's out injured, so Derljatsa steps in and has a chance to shine instead. Hasn't quite been called into action, not in the same way as Hiller so far anyway. Here come Dortmund once again down this left flank. Early ball in, Feray getting in the way though. Pohlmann looking to get an early cross in, and Feray just cutting across his path there. Dortmund just starting to find a little bit of rhythm and confidence now though. Right of feet down the line. An easy catch in the end for Hiller. He looks wide awake, and with the way these first 5 minutes have gone, apart from a little half chance in the opening minute or so for 1860, Dortmund looking very, very lively up front. Of course, with the likes of Taz and Tachi have a real pace, and then Feray just in behind them, very much the creator and provider of goals. Fantastic distribution and lovely ability on the ball as well. Has played a part for the Dortmund's first team here and there. Hasn't quite broken into that side yet though, but has put together some decent performances, especially in pre-season before this season got underway. Feray playing a big role there, and then dropping back to the reserves and gathering more experience in Germany's third division with Dortmund too. But definitely a lot of tempo and a lot of energy at the beginning of this encounter. Good determination shown there to get to the ball by Neudecker. Does enough to win the corner. Ball coming off Holber there. Michael Kölner, the man in charge of 1860. Had plenty to say before the game. Didn't want to give too much away in terms of the whole Sascha Mölders situation, which is understandable. Especially when you've got a game to play and try and win. It's one of those things you have to try and just put behind you as quickly as possible, but Sascha Mölders, such an influential player for 1860. Such a physical presence up front as well. It really has split the fans, the entire Mölders affair. Of course, a big fan favourite. However, a little bit of unrest within the team involving Sascha Mölders as well. The club deciding they're better off without him. Interesting to see how they get on without him. Not just here this afternoon, but for the rest of the season as well. Ball over the top there for Tashi to chase. 1860 able to deal with the danger though. Looking to counter quickly. Dortmund have the ball back, but can't do much with it. Tashi wanted the ball played short and to his feet, putting the brakes on his run there. Wasn't a bad idea though. Tashi with 3 goals already this season. Berkan Taz though, number 10, the top goal scorer this campaign. That's what Tashi has lacked in the goal scoring department. He sure has made up for in terms of assists, up there alongside Emmanuel Ferrai with 6 apiece at the top of the assist chart for Dortmund too this season. Legs. Decker losing out now. Tobias Raschel bulldozing his way through the middle. Squares it to Ferrai, who lays it up on the edge of the penalty area for Taz. He's looking for goal number 8 there. Sees his shot blocked. Back come 1860 again. Deichmann just putting the brakes on the attack there. Realised there wasn't too many options available ahead of him. The right move in the end allows Munich to try and build from the back again. Here is Wilsch. Neudecker has seen a lot of the ball already. Eilinger tries to find a way through, but Dortmund so far have done a really good job of getting bodies back behind the ball when they need to. And the amount of youth they have in that side are there for all to see when the counter-attack is on. More than happy to get bodies forward as well. Try and make something happen. Salga just strolls through rather easily there. But again, the Munich attack breaking down far too easily. In terms of build-up play, Dortmund looking a little more solid, a little more confident on the ball as well. A little more patient in their build-up. There's Tashi, now Taz. We'll go back before Dortmund come forward one more time. Maloney. Koulibaly down the middle for Ferrai. Lovely first touch, and then just not quite on the same page as Tashi. Tashi making a diagonal run more to his left. Ferrai looking to just feed one through the middle to what would have been Tashi's right there. Quite a few Lions fans here at the Red Earth Stadium. 1860, of course, always have big numbers in terms of travelling support. Ferrai, good upper body strength. Still Ferrai, brought down, and that will be a yellow card, surely. Belkaya brought into the side for today's game. And the first player to go into the referee's book. Well, clear as day. Can't have too many complaints there, and one could argue a foul he had to make because Ferrai was up and away. Well, Taz can hit them. It's a fair distance out though. Gonna take something special to beat Hiller today, as we've already seen. Little dink towards the back post. Koulibaly tries to keep it alive. And then just catches Deichmann, I think it was. Nope. Steinhardt. Fair play to Koulibaly. Just making sure Steinhardt was all right before he made his way back into his position. Part of a back three here this afternoon for Dortmund. Picks up a yellow card for his troubles as well. Card apiece so far, with just under a quarter of an hour gone. Still 0-0 between Dortmund 2 and 1860 Munich. The referee waves play on. Deichmann thought he was brought down unfairly there. So far, you'd probably have to say Dortmund just edging it. Look, the more likely in terms of breaking the deadlock here and taking an early lead. Still not quite getting their engine started, if you ask me. The effort is there, but there's no real flow to their game just yet. It's very stop-start. Trying plenty, not a lot coming off. Nearly did though there for Bear. So Bear, the number 15. And who has to fill the big shoes of Sascha Milders up front. Be interesting to see how 1860 react during the transfer window as well. Neudecker. Plenty of bodies in the box for 1860, but Neudecker not finding the space to get the cross in. Does eventually. Takes a bit of a wicked deflection there. Dryatsa in goal. Caught in between two minds of whether or not to come out and try and collect the ball. Decides against it. Chance now for 1860. And this time the keeper makes the right decision. Does well to come off his line. Doesn't go down too early. Makes himself big and sees the ball rebound off his chest and then able to get both hands to it. Solid goalkeeping there from Dryatsa. Best chance of the game so far for the visitors from Munich. Sometimes little moments like that's all you need to really get your game going. The realization that you can get through. And then all of a sudden, as they say, when it rains it pours, and the chances all of a sudden become easier to create, as we see here. 1860 coming down the right flank again, better delivery, and they might have had something to work with. BVB looking to break quickly. Ferrari, there's that distribution we were talking about earlier on. Tashi. I'm not quite sure what Tashi was trying to do there. Lex and Fan crashing into each other there. Lex still down and the ball will be put out of play here. I don't think there was too much in that. Lex back on his feet and able to continue. Stefan Lex with a bit of a mixed bag this season from him as well. Does have 5 assists to his name, just 3 goals. Hasn't always been a regular starter under Michael Kölner either. That of course might drastically change now though. that Sascha Mölders is no longer part of the picture. Players like Stefan Lex, players with his experience in this league and others as well, will become vital to Michael Kölner. Dortmund looking to build another attack here. Have struggled in terms of attack and scoring goals this season. 5 out of their 8 home games they've finished without scoring. Definitely room for improvement there, and something they'll be looking to try and change here this afternoon, that's for sure. Lovely through ball chance here for 1860 now. Oh, what a good chance that was. Did ever so well initially. Did take him a while there. Greilinger to get the shot off. Trying to get himself into a good shooting position. But Neudecker with a wonderful through ball there. Of course, Bear an option in the middle as well, but Greilinger deciding he was always going to go for goal himself. And I tell you what, he wasn't too far away from finding that far corner. Just looked like it took him a little longer than he might have hoped to settle himself for the shot and get the shot off. Tobias Raschel does ever so well. Tries to cut it back for a teammate, but runs into trouble in the end. Greilinger brought down. Well, the tide just starting to turn a little here. After a promising start from BVB. Just feel that 1860 now starting to settle into things. Building in confidence and could have very easily taken the lead there. Perhaps the nerves just starting to settle a little as well. Players, of course, more than anyone, will be aware of the club's situation and the turmoil that surrounded the whole Sascha Mölders saga. I'm sure that will have affected them as well. One could argue perhaps for some it's given them a little bit more freedom. Of course, Sascha Mölders, a real presence both on and off the pitch at 1860. Very influential player. Never shy of saying exactly what he thinks and feels, and that might not have always been everyone's cup of tea. Of course, this is all speculation. Also, Dortmund not quite as high tempo as they were when they started. Movement off the ball has just slowed down a little bit. Fine example of it there just moments ago. Koulibaly with his head up looking for options. No real movement in front of him. BVB kept inside their own half here rather easily by 1860 without having to do very much, to be fair. Koulibaly again, Taz wanting the ball on this near touchline. I think Munich will be more than happy with Dortmund playing keep ball inside their own half. No real threat as far as the visitors are concerned. Steinhardt easily dealing with that long ball forward. Now Tashi. Back over the top, Taz will chase. Does well to get there. Was it Paulman? It was Paulman, excuse me, not Taz. The number 19. Here's Wilsch to the middle. Now Dressel. Neudecker. Good early ball from him. And there's the opening goal. Stefan Lex with a fantastic header. Had to create all the power himself. Generate all the speed on the ball, because the ball in from Neudecker, albeit a fantastic one, still left the 1860 number 7 with work to do. And a beautifully placed header inside that near post to the Atza beaten. And that is a sensational goal from Stefan Lex, the man with the captain's armband here this afternoon, leading by example. And Michael Kölner absolutely ecstatic with what he's seen. Looked like it might be a long afternoon after the first 5 to 10 minutes or so, but 1860 have certainly found their place in this game and now found themselves a goal to the good as well. And you could argue they deserve the lead as well, because the last 10 minutes or so they've been the team on the front foot, looking more dangerous, looking more confident in their build-up play, and looking to take more risks, really. Credit to Neudecker there, really good delivery, but it was just slightly in behind Lex there. And he had to just try and flick it with the power in his neck to generate any sort of power, but then also place it beautifully inside that near post. Really was a great goal. Lex's 4th of the season. Now, what kind of a reaction will we get from the black and yellows? Struggled here in the Red Earth Stadium this season, and it looks like it's the same story unfolding here again. Dortmund will welcome Zwickau here in a week's time, before everyone heads back home for the winter holidays, or the winter break, as is the norm in German football. And most leagues around the world, really. Just a few of them continue with an extremely busy schedule, like the English Premier League. Tachi will keep the ball in play. Gets a cross in. Koulibaly trying to get to the ball there at the near post. Ball put out of play. Dortmund with a throw. Edging towards the half-hour mark. Bit of a scramble here on the edge of the Munich penalty area. Raschel. That's well defended by 1860. Floated over the top. A foul by Maloney, according to the referee. Just on the edge of the penalty area as well. A little too physical there. Lex taking quite a hit there from Holber, I think. Just a stamp on the foot, not intentional. You can also tell and just see how much pressure that opening goal has taken off the Munich players. Playing with a lot more freedom now. Seem to be enjoying it a little more as well. Talked about those nerves at the beginning, which were clear as day. Understandably so, but amazing what a goal can do. And now BVB, a little bit of desperation in their play as well, which is an attribute that they've unwillingly seen become a part of their home games, more often than not, looking to come from behind. Funner there, just looked like he went over on his ankle a little bit. Still hobbling, signalling that he's all right to continue, but isn't quite moving as smoothly as he might like. Seems all right though. Challenge there. It didn't look like Kreilinger played the ball, but it was a dangerous challenge to begin with on Avit. So look at it here, it just comes flying in. Well, I'll tell you what, that is reckless. Plays the player before the ball. And even if he had played the ball, it was dangerous to say the least. Surprised there's no yellow card shown there. Seen yellows for less already. It really was a wild one if you ask me, but I suppose that's why I'm sitting where I am and not officiating out on the pitch. Well run out of play for a 1860 goal kick. Now the Lions with another free kick, this time deep inside the Dortmund half. Koulibaly. He's caught there with the flailing left arm of Koulibaly. Deichmann quick to get back on his feet, make his way into the penalty area. A little over 10 minutes still to go in this first half. Neudecker standing over the ball. Lex is there with him. Header away by Horber. The flag going up for offside. Everything going to plan so far for 1860. Plenty to think about at the break, should it remain at 1-0 for the visitors, for Enrico Maaßen, the man in charge of Dortmund 2. Probably expect a few changes, of course. No Ansgar Knauf available to him. He's a player that can definitely influence this sort of a game. Ferrari penalised here. Just leaning into Wilsch there. Mid-air collision. And the right decision in the end. Funner to Koulibaly, closed down quickly by Bear, who gives away a free kick. Tachi. No way through for a PvP. And everything that they were making look so easy and fluid in the opening stages of the game seems like a distant memory now. Really struggling to build up any sort of attack in the last 15-20 minutes. Amazing how a goal can change a game. Maloney to Pfanne. Now Raschel, who's had a rather quiet first half, really. Can have a big effect on the general performance of BVB2. Tobias Raschel can be an extremely influential player in that middle of the park. But 1860. Well aware of what he can bring to the table and have made sure he doesn't see too much of the ball. If anything, Ferrari has looked like the best option for a BVB, but it doesn't quite feel like he's firing on all cylinders yet either, even after a promising start. Wiet. Early ball in. And the option comes back to Taz. It gets the shot off, but never really generated much power behind it. His effort blocked. Back with Hober now. Clear down from Munich here. Dortmund deciding to play on. Decker then does put the ball out of play for his teammate Marcel Bert. Seems to have just been caught in the face. Bert joining in the summer, of course. A free transfer from Eintracht Braunschweig. Normally an attacking midfielder, but part of a front three at times. They target man up front here for Michael Kölner and company. Does have 5 goals already this season. Really is interesting to see. Almost a Jekyll and Hyde performance from BVB here in this first half. Playing with real freedom and creativity, and now struggling for ideas. Just seem a little lost when they're on the ball in this area right here, just inside their own half. Constantly head up, looking for someone to play the ball to. The outcome usually a pass back into another defender, knocking the ball amongst each other. Or a hopeful ball over the top like that one from Wiet for Tachi or Taz to chase. Up until now, unsuccessfully. With the layoff, but Dressel does well to come away with the ball. Now Deichmann powering forward, looking for options, finds Marcel Bert, spreads it out wide again. Deichmann offside though. I think the difference at the moment is 1860 just doing the basics and getting the basics right, whereas BVB are struggling to even do that. Lack of movement off the ball. You can see Taz there in the center of the screen, just sort of waiting for it to come his way in the middle. Needs to be making runs forward into free spaces, trying to stretch the 1860 defense a little. At the moment, it's all just a little too static. And of course, that playing into the hand of 1860. More than happy to protect their away goal and their 1-goal lead. Haven't really had to do very much to do so. Now perhaps a little bit of good fortune maybe for a BVB. Easily taken care of by Hiller though. That's good play from Vietz. But then the simple ball back inside, just not good enough. That's been the story so far. Now perhaps Ferrari. He runs into trouble. It's going to be another yellow card here. This time Holber going into the book. Furious with the decision. The Dortmund number 8. Not quite sure why. Studs up. Came flying in, even if he did play the ball. But then you could argue that Greilinger should have perhaps been shown a yellow as well not too long ago for a similar challenge from him. Salga with a long ball forward. Koulibaly with the clearance. 1860 happy to take their time here. They don't want to head down the tunnel in the lead. At the moment, I can't really see BVB getting an equaliser before the break. Could I stand corrected? Just 1 minute of stoppage time added on. Less than a minute for the black and yellows to try and salvage something from this first half. Tachi with the flick on. Ferrari. A little late to get going there. Neudecker. We saw Deliatz off his line, tried to catch the keeper out, but just couldn't quite get enough lift on that effort. And there we have the half-time whistle. Stefan Lex's goal, the only thing separating 1860 and Dortmund 2 here in the Red Earth Stadium on game day 19 in Germany's 3rd division. The second half just around the corner. Make sure you join us for it. So a warm welcome back to everyone for the second 45 here in the Red Earth Stadium. A number of changes for BVB, as we can see it. Traoré coming in amongst a group of three substitutions for Enrico Maassen. Just making sure. Traoré, Bornemann and Makrekis, the three players who have come in. So Enrico Maassen seeing enough in the first 45 to realise that although after a good start, changes need to be made, some fresh legs and some fresh ideas desperately needed, because, well, the back end of that first 45, if not more than half of it, just really seemed to fizzle out, and Dortmund just looked like they weren't really getting anywhere or going anywhere. So Koulibaly, one of the players to come off. Pohlmann, another player to come off as well. Replaced by Bornemann. Confirmation of that change there. Touchy, I don't think over the top, just caught there. And Holber, the player, replaced by Makrekis. That yellow card to Holber, and the tackles flying in from Dortmund's number 8, who is a physical player in the middle of the park. Perhaps part of the thinking there for Enrico Maassen, because even if they haven't been at their best, if they go a man down, well, that pretty much would seal the deal, if you ask me. But they do have a chance to get themselves back in the game and back on level terms from a dead ball situation here. Taz standing over the ball. He can hit them. Had a chance in the first half from a fair distance out. This definitely more within goal scoring range if he can curl it around the wall. Hiller is giving him a lot of goal to work with. And he very nearly slots it into that top right corner. I thought that was in for a second. Question marks for me why Hiller was giving him so much room to play with there. He was always going to struggle to get across. I'll tell you what, if that's on target, I'm not sure Hiller keeps it out. Fantastic effort from Taz, just never really curled back inside. Plenty of movement and swivel on the ball, but not enough to trouble Hiller in the end. It's another lively start to the second half. Dortmund starting the way they started the first. Can they keep it going though? with a corner. Fanner, the Dortmund captain, organising his defence inside the penalty area. Neudecker with the delivery, not a bad one either. Belkaya with the header, sees his effort deflected wide of the goal. 1960 will have another corner. And again, this time he finds him. And it's Marcel Bert. 1860, 2-0 up now. Fantastic header. Both goals coming from a header. This one starting with a corner though. It's Neudecker with the delivery, just like with the first goal, this time from a corner. And Marcel Bert comes powering into the box. No one really picking him up. Free header. And that is poorly defended by Dortmund, but take nothing away from Marcel Bert, who has the composure to head it down and place it into the bottom corner. Absolutely no chance for Diljatsa in goal. And Marcel Bert with goal number 6 for the season. That now makes him 1860's top goal scorer so far this campaign. And what a time to score as well. Just after the half-time break. And things going from bad to worse for the home side Dortmund. Marcel Bert, definitely one of the biggest threats aerially for 1860, alongside perhaps Dressel, something that I'm sure the Dortmund players will have been told about in preparation for the game, and no one picking him up there. Dortmund can only have themselves to blame for allowing that to happen. And Marcel Bert more than happy to oblige. Saw the opportunity, was given the chance, and well, most certainly took that chance, didn't he? Fantastic goal. Dressel, lovely cut back inside there. Through ball for Lex to latch onto. Looking for a little dink into the box, only really Greilinger to aim at. Deflection coming off Fanne. 1860 will now have another corner. From the far side this time. Enrico Maassen not looking very happy there, is he? It's going to be Stefan Lex to take it. And Marcel Bert nearly getting on the end of that one as well. There's Neudecker. Another cross into the box. Dortmund struggling to get the ball clear. Munich will keep the pressure on. Deflection off Makrekis that time. Neudecker asking the question of whether or not it came off the arm or hand of Makrekis, but not sure he could have done much about it. Didn't look like either of his arms was in an unnatural position. Neudecker has been absolutely fantastic for 1860 here. Man of the match performance from him so far. Even in the opening stages of the game where Dortmund looked like they were on the front foot, anything that did go forward for 1860 was going through Neudecker. Ferrari. Tried to get the shot off. He's completely off balance in doing so though. And drags the effort wide as we have another look at Marcel Bert's goal. Absolutely left completely on his own. Sends the ball upfield. Now Taz. Asking a lot of touchy there with that ball. Chance now for 1860 perhaps. Neudecker, I think, just a little slow to get back on side. Of course, Dortmund and Munich, not the only two teams in action here on this Saturday afternoon in the German 3rd Division. Saarbrücken 1-0 up against Freiburg 2. And Duisburg and Ferl, that game at 1 apiece at the moment. Magdeburg 1-0 up against Osnabrück. Havelse and Mannheim deadlocked at 1 apiece as well. And the same goes for Victoria Cologne against Eintracht Braunschweig, 1 apiece there. Still plenty of points up for grabs across the third division. As things stand, 1860 will shoot up into 9th spot inside that top 10, just a point behind Dortmund, to their opponents here today. Just 7 points off second-placed Eintracht Braunschweig. It never ceases to amaze how close things always are in the German third division, the Dritte Liga. Never fails to keep things exciting right until the end and last day of the season. Taz with the corner for Dortmund here. Can they find a way back? Desperately need a goal, a lifeline of some sort. Kyling up, heavy touch there. Handing Ferrari the ball, and Dortmund possession back, but does well to get a tackle in. Ball coming off Ferrari there, and I think it will be a goal kick in the end. Maloney down here, clutching the back of his head. Medical assistance will be called. Just coming together with Steinhardt. Maloney still being seen to. Hopefully nothing too serious. Always have to be careful with head injuries. He's back on his feet and looks like he's going to be okay to continue. Certainly eager to get back on, it would seem. Is allowed back on now as well, so Dortmund back to full strength. Dressel. Neudecker. Just continues to put deliveries into dangerous areas, the Munich number 31. Setting up both goals so far. Karekis with the clearance. Dressel. Out wide to Neudecker. Dinks one towards the far post. No one there to pick up the pieces though. Traore. It's his pocket picked by Lex. Unfairly according to the referee. Did he perhaps have a tug of the shirt there? Just a little bit. Traore. Maloney. Now Makrekis. Russell down the line for Tachi. Physical battle between him and Steinhardt. Late challenge on Leilinger from Tachi there, I think. Enough to award 1860 the free kick. We'll get a better look at it here. Getting rid of the ball, and Tachi just arriving a little late. Plenty to shout about for the travelling Lions. They'll be more than happy with the way things have unfolded and all the turmoil that surrounded the club in recent days. The positive results out on the pitch can work wonders for everyone involved, as Michael Kölner will well know. Great tackle there by Deichmann, but his clearance blocked by Raschel, and BVB will stay on the ball inside the Munich half. Long ball forward, but again aiming for Ferrari, who's always going to struggle. Those aerial battles, quickly surrounded by two Munich defenders, was never really going to get there. If you're going to play the ball to Ferrari, it needs to be to feet so that he can turn and try and influence the game. And back well by Makrekis. Nothing wrong with that challenge. Now Maloney. As well to see off a challenge from Lex. Plenty of possession so far in the second half for BVB, but again, not really doing much with it. When they do get themselves into that final third, they seem a little bit lost and lacking in ideas. I think Michael Kölner or his Munich players will care too much about possession in this second half. Two-goal cushion to defend. And so far, defending it well. And again, Tachi with no options looking forward, has to go back. Everyone back behind the ball. Very much playing a low block here. 1860 looking to make life as difficult as possible for BVB. A team that's pretty much parking the bus at this stage. Hard to break down at 0-0, let alone 2-0 down. Taz. Tachi. Lay off for Ferrari. Didn't quite bobble into his path the way he would have hoped. You feel BVB need like a spark of something special to try and get some sort of an engine started. All just too predictable at the moment, too straightforward. knows, it might need to come from a dead ball situation, a free kick or a corner. Just to spark some life into the performance, because it's just a little lackluster. Corner to Munich. It has to be said as well, when Rico Marson decided to make those half-time changes, he would have wanted to see something different, but the three players that have come on have pretty much just slotted into the same story that's being told by BVB. Oh, half chance there. Salga, the central defender, found himself less than a meter out. Just a little toe poke at the ball there, but Deliazza able to position himself well and then get a hand to the ball. Free kick taken quickly. Again, amounts to nothing though. What a goal that could have been. My Lex had every right to go for it. Funnet. Just losing his footing there. Not enough in it for a foul, if you ask me. Almost a lovely chip. Just couldn't get it under the crossbar. Again, just all far too simple. Neudecker doing well, didn't have anywhere to go, still comes away with the throw for his side. Really has been fantastic. Now perhaps a chance for Tachi to try and make something happen. Quickly surrounded by Steinhardt and now Greilinger as well. Just nothing happening, nothing working, and then the ball over the top. Picked up by Lex, now men forward. Bear, well, not a bad idea. Got it back onto his left foot, looking for that far Top left corner. Leaning back slightly though, so it's never going to come back down. Maloney. Krekis now on the far side. Fair good ball to find him. Fair still Fair. Well, did ever so well, and then just couldn't find the finish to match. Did well to create the space for the shot. Clever play from him, realizing that it wasn't on until he got himself out wide. Just running out of steam in the end though. Another hopeful ball forward. Back to Krekis. Now Gashel. Taz there in supports. Quickly closed down by Greilinger. Well, it's been a game that won't necessarily go down in the history books as one that kept fans on the edge of their seats. Especially in this second half, with 1860 more than happy to invite the pressure. 2-goal cushion. Job done as far as they're concerned. If they can just make sure that BVB don't concede in the second half, that will wrap things up for them. And it's a win that they desperately need with everything that's gone on. Especially with the way Dortmund are playing. Not necessarily playing badly, but just don't see anything really coming from them in the final third, the final attacking third. And that ball there pretty much summing things up, really. Complete miss-hit that from Fanne. Under no real pressure, unable to find Traoré on that far side. There goes down, and we'll get the free kick. Unintentional, I think, from Maloney, but it's clever play from Bear. Just curved his run to get in front and across over Maloney. Or maybe even trips himself, and Maloney picking up a yellow card. A little unfortunate there, Lennon Maloney. This free kick is in a dangerous position. Liatza's going to have to get his angles right here. Lex and Neudecker, two great options for 1860 from this sort of a distance and angle. With it being on this near side, you think it's probably more suited to a right-footed free kick taker like Stefan Lex. Try and curl it over that wall. To that left corner. Oh. Interesting free kick, really. I'm not sure whether or not Lex was going for goal or whether it was a cross. In the end, it was neither. Tachi does well. Early cross. bad one either. We'll find Makrekis on the far side. Taz will leave it, but no one there behind him. It's one of those days for Dortmund, really. Quarter of an hour still to go. Time running out for Enrico Maasen's side. And the frustration is there on each and every player's face. Doesn't seem to be too much belief in them being able to turn things around. Almost an acceptance of the loss of 3 points here on home soil. Yet again, it will be another game where they haven't scored at home. Not sure what Tachi's doing here. Very peculiar defending there from Tachi. To be fair to him, he's not a defender, but surely he needs to be doing better there. Greilinger very nearly making it 3. Dressel. Neudecker gets the shot off. Liazza makes the save just about. Well, with all the possession that Dortmund have had, I almost feel that if there is another goal, it's going to be 1860 scoring it. Credit to Liazza, who does well, but no help from Tachi there for the Dortmund goalkeeper. Taz having to drop deeper and deeper just to get on the ball, which tells you all you need to know. And offside anyway. Looks like Tatamush is getting ready to come on. One last roll of the dice for Enrico Maasen. Tatamush joining from SV Meppen in the summer. Yet to really hold down a spot in the first team. Still early days in his Dortmund career though. Could be a Dortmund throw. Ferrari. Again, looking for options and just not forthcoming. You can see him waving his hands around there in frustration as well, and that's a poor ball from him over the top as well. At least with Tatamush, they do have a classic target man up front to aim at now. He's got his work cut out for him. Dortmund do have a corner. Tachi. Back out wide to Taz. Better ball that time. Just over from Funner. You just feel it's all too little too late. Damage has already been done. And time is running out. 11.5 minutes of the 90 still to go. Which of course is more than enough time to score 2 goals. Wouldn't be the first and probably won't be the last time that could and would happen in the third division. You just can't quite see it, can you? Ferrai launches it forward again. 1860 will clear those sort of balls all day long. Now Ferrai. Tachi getting a little stuck in the mud. Ferrai apologising for the inaccuracy of that pass as well, though. And flick on, Tatamush, can he get on it? Tries to. Geilinger does well. Tachi. Krek is there in support behind him. Decides to go for the cross himself if it's enough to win the corner. Tachi will leave it for Taz. We'll have another attempt here. A bit more height on that one. Comes to Makrekis. Can't find the space to get the shot off. Maloney then. Half-hearted efforts. On the edge of the penalty area. Yatsa's ball forward. Finds Taz. A little dink into the box. Bornemann can't get there. Viet able to turn. Out wide to Taz. Tachi. Just in behind Tatarmush. Comes to Viet, then Ferrai. And again, Munich able to clear. Tatamush comes away with the ball. Tachi to Ferrai. Can he take a shot on? He does. Not a bad one. He's always on the rise, though. Shake of the heads from Ferrai. Just one of those days where nothing really seems to be coming together. Neudecker making way for Talik. And Neudecker will lead to a standing ovation from the away fans anyway. Even the home fans, I'm sure, can appreciate the performance that he's put together this afternoon. Man of the match for me. Setting up both Munich goals and looking dangerous from start to finish. He's always in the mix of anything going forward. Defensively putting in a real shift as well. Standout performance. Munich's number 31. Talik, the new man, comes on, wins the corner. So no Neudecker anymore to swing the balls into the box from that near side. Of course, Lex always an option. Talik as well. It will be Talik to take this one. Bad delivery off the line. Tell you what, I thought that was 3-0. Not sure who it was with that clearance off the line. It might have been Viet. Difficult to tell. My angle, didn't even realise there was someone in the line with Dilyatsa almost blocking the view. Looked like the keeper was beaten. And it looked like it was game, set and match, if it isn't already. Should be an easy catch for Hiller, and is. It'll be interesting to see a replay if we get one. That clearance off the line, here it is. Well, it was Viet. Just behind Dilyatsa. Brilliantly defended. Fantastic clearance off the line. 2-0 down. Not quite as celebrated as it might have been had it been 0-0 or Dortmund in the lead. Again, just aimlessly launching the ball forward. 1860 shown Dortmund that they can deal with that all afternoon, yet Dortmund still playing like a one-trick pony, really. Haven't really shown anything new, anything different, haven't tried anything different. Yes, 1860 crowding the penalty area, getting bodies back behind the ball and defending their lead, but I just expect a little bit more from Dortmund than what we've seen here. Looks like Vilsch is going to have to come off. Less than 5 minutes still to go. Put out of play by Makrekis. So into the final minutes around the third division in Germany. Saarbrücken looks like they are on the verge of a 1-0 victory over Freiburg 2. Duisburg and Werl still at a deadlock, now at 2-2 though. Interesting encounter unfolding there. Magdeburg and Osnabrück at 1 apiece still. Same goes for Havelse, and Mannheim and Braunschweig have taken the lead against Victoria Cologne. Braunschweig, of course, in second. A real opportunity for them with Magdeburg looking like they might drop some points unless they can come up with a winner against Osnabrück. With just a few minutes to go, Braunschweig with a win will close the gap at the top of the table to just 3 points if things end the way they stand right now. A silly challenge there from Tachi, and it's a red card. A straight red as well. Oh, Richmond Tachi. Not sure what was going through his head there. A lot of frustration in that tackle. Clearly just going for the player and right under the referee's nose as well. That is just a silly challenge to be making, and the look on his face tells you all you need to know. He knew exactly what he'd done there. Straight down the tunnel as well. Didn't even look across to his manager. And probably a good thing as well, because Enrico Maassen, I'm sure, would not have had anything pleasant to say. Even if there wasn't much contact there, it's just a very silly challenge. Bichler. And Gordon is coming on here. Next making way with the captain's armband. Getting the party started. In the first half, combining beautifully with Neudecker. 25 minutes in. Since then, it's only been one team who looked like winning this game. It's been 1860, especially after they made it 2 shortly after the break as well. Talik. All the way back to Hiller. Puts his boot through it. 90 minutes are up, 3 minutes of stoppage time added on. Dortmund have 3 minutes to try and get themselves back on level terms. And football really is a funny old game. It's been a turbulent week for 1860. But this will be an end to the week that will do everyone involved with the Munich club the world of good. Let's get their season started. Sometimes one result can be the catalyst for something special. And in the third division, even if you're in mid-table at this stage of the season, everything is always so close. And a good run of games, a run of wins and results, and you find yourself very swiftly climbing up that table in contention for something special. Taz going down a little too easily. Looking for a penalty. Up next for Dortmund. Another home game. Zwickau here in the Red Earth Stadium. As for 1860, they go on the road yet again. 9 days from now. So I do have a little bit of a longer time to prepare for their next game. They take on the Würzburger Kickers on the 20th of the 12th before the winter break. After back-to-back defeats, this win really will beef going into that game against the Kickers. Well, Marcel Bert and Greilinger both coming off now. Moll and Kokic coming on for what will only be a few seconds. A little bit of a run out for those two. And there we have it. The referee brings an end to proceedings. A well-deserved 3 points for 1860. After a bit of a dodgy start, able to settle themselves into the game quickly. And 2 goals to the good just after the half-time whistle sees them take 3 points back to Munich. Just what the doctor ordered for Michael Kölner and company. It's been a pleasure. Until next time, take care and stay safe.